Alaska, home of northern lights, beautiful landscapes, and tens of thousands of reported disappearances.
It's as if these people just vanished out of thin air, much like the Hot Toys recently that have been hitting the waitlist.
And thousands of reports of aircraft disappearing out of the sky all across these regions.
People are just disappearing left and right over the Alaska Triangle. It's like they're in a queue system. So is there a direct correlation to the Artisan queue system and what's going on in the Alaska Triangle?
And are these areas, like the Bermuda Triangle and Alaska Triangle, hubs for otherworldly beings to take humans and their hot toys?
Many of our ancient ancestors, when they originally descended from the skies, they brought with them ancient artifacts. So you do have to wonder, are they now taking these ancient artifacts and taking them back with them to their home world?
Ancient ancestors and artifacts? Could these aliens be taking back not only humans, but ancient action figures from the past?
So you do have to ask yourself,
Is the Alaska Triangle a sideshow or Toys Wonderland for aliens? There is a doorway that leads to the notion that life here began out there, far across the universe. Join Aries Tarrington as he embarks on a quest to uncover ancient action figures, not only on planet Earth, but in other realities and other Earths across the universe. Is the power of the Darkside line about to hit warp speed with an Anakin, not Artisan, but sculpted, and Darkside, not only with one head sculpt with the red Sith eyes, but the head sculpt of the current Artisan that's out for Anakin with regular eyes? We're going to dive into that within this episode for sure. Also, how about Crosshair? Is it now selling for over $1,000? And what about right on Cinco de Mayo, an Umbra Stormtrooper? ARC Trooper here going for astronomically $540. We're going to be diving in to those things as well. And did the Dark Jedi secure an Artisan Luke? We're going to talk about this within this episode also. And look what's on the waitlist. The Return of the Jedi 40th, C-3PO and Salacious Crumb. It is absolutely crazy right now out there. I've got the wizard juice right here, my friends. I just sucked down the Orion constellation. Let's go ahead and dive into all of this right now. Alright, and welcome everyone to another episode of the Aries Tarrington Show, right here at the 6 Scale Cantina. We've got a ton to get into. Let's go ahead and not waste any time. looky here at now what is on the wait list. And the 40th anniversary of the Return of the Jedi, C-3PO, and accompanying Salacious, Crumb, gone. And I kind of knew that this was going to happen very, very quickly with these figures. Quite frankly, you do have to ask yourself, just how many of these C-3POs are Hot Toys producing? Like, with the 20th anniversary Attack of the Clones 3PO, how many thousands do you think that they made? And with this Return of the Jedi one, how many did they make? Is it possible that actually it's somewhat similar in some regard to the 000 droid that uses this mold, basically? And I say, yes. That's what I've been telling you was happening all along. Quite honestly, these exclusives, when they're limited and there's a prompt that you have a certain window or there's a queue and you have to act fast because they're actually advertising how many pieces the limited quantity is, there's a call to action. There's a call to action. It makes you jump 5 times, maybe 10 times more quickly than something that's just going up on pre-order, and you could take your leisure to order it. And we really can take our leisure to order some of these. I understand that some of the windows are only 3 to 5 months now, or maybe 6 to 9 months, so certainly far, far less than what we were used to, in COVID and before COVID, so long, so much time. Gosh, how long did the DX20 and DX21 Ahsoka, for instance, it was almost 2 years that you were able to just go on there whenever you wanted to for just about 2 years and put down your pre-order. So now it seems like, oh my gosh, they're not up very long. But they're up for not only days, but weeks. And not only weeks, but months. Could you even imagine if the Artisan Jack Sparrow or the more recent Artisan Dark Empire Luke was available for days? Gosh. I mean, there would be a quicker call to action that's something than a figure that's up for months. But certainly, very, very quickly in days, where days are involved. But when you're talking about minutes, which is what the Artisan Luke basically was up for. It wasn't up for an hour. It was under an hour. So you're talking about minutes. And so when you talk about the 000 and the limited quantities, trying to paint this picture for you, baby. Is it going to sell? Look at that. It just flashed on the screen. I get 10% off and a little Grogu showing there on Sideshow. But, you do have to, wonder just how much something like that 000, where you have to quickly, where when this came up, it was absolutely awesome to get a Return of the Jedi 3PO and get a Salacious Crumb. But there was no call to action that you had minutes, a half an hour or so. You needed to get into the queue. That this was some type of exclusive that was only up for a short amount of time. And with a little number up on the left-hand side, this is limited to 1,500 or 300 or 3,500 pieces, like that Dark Empire Artisan Luke, or 4,000 or so pieces, like the Artisan Joker and the Jack Sparrow. There was no call to action like that. And there's also no guarantee that figures like this are produced 4 times as much, let's say. Well, would it be, 12,000 pieces, or, 10,000 or 15,000 of these? I say no. I say no. So you do have to ask yourself, are many of these figures that go up just as limited as some of these exclusives? And I say yes. And you just don't know it. But you got to look at the trends, and you got to feel some things out and see where they rank best-selling wise on sites like Sideshow, the official distributor in the US and Europe for Hot Toys, and see how they're moving, baby. And see what the interest is. And see how fast they're hitting, they're going on the wait list. But very, very interestingly, this C-3PO is just gone. And honestly, I don't even know when I'm sure the low stock remaining warning was up. But it came, and it went. And sometimes that's how it goes. It was the same thing with Padme as well. Pause. You are watching the Aries Tarrington show, baby. Cheers to you. Let's take a swig of some wizard juice so we can keep the insight coming. I'm looking right at my DX19 Christian Bale Batman and my DX06 Jack Sparrow, which is so freaking awesome. I won't be getting rid of it, even though I am going to get the Artisan. I am going to get the Artisan Jack Sparrow. I'll keep them both. Speaking of Artisan, did I get the Artisan Dark Empire Luke? Did I spill all of my coffee once again when I got that order was secured, order confirmed message on that absolutely stunning shocker that is with this Luke Skywalker? And I say no. I was not able. I was number I was 734 ahead of me when the line was paused. Yes. The 13th skull. Maybe he was able to get an Artisan Dark Empire Luke. And as I'm on the hunt, as an ancient action figure theorist, I am not only going to be on the hunt for the 13th skull, but his Artisan Luke, and who knows how many that he has of the Artisan Luke. So, kind of a bummer. Quite honestly, I didn't set an alarm on my phone for 20 minutes earlier. I did go on, I think, right before or right when it started. I'm just, I get so busy with what I'm doing off on the side. This is a very passionate hobby of mine and something that I just so much love. But I can't remember every fracking thing to set the alarm for this and for that and for that and for this. And I actually got caught up in a work meeting that was pretty, very, very critical and last minute. And I was like, OMG, you've got to be kidding. I can't believe this. But what are you going to do? So, hopefully, I won't have to spend what I'm going to show you here on the screen for this figure, and getting into this. This was kind of funny, I thought, And I've got my eBay account up. And you can see right here from an outstanding seller with 841 feedback and all 100% positive. $1,000. And I'm seeing this all over the place for Luke Skywalker Artisan. Which, look, all the Artisans are going to go insane. But there's something a little, at least for me, I don't know if the phrase is extra special or extra critical, maybe because I'm such a Star Wars fan. With a Luke, especially Luke with frickin', Vader's outfit on. This freaking whole Dark Empire. I mean, it's crazy. And you can see here, putting this up onto the screen, you can see that this particular seller, as so many, was able to secure this particular figure, which I was not. And you can see that I received an offer actually for $950, so $50 off. But you do have to, you do have to wonder, is this something that some of these overseas, these sellers, what are they going to sell these for once this comes out? Is it going to be something that goes for like the Warner Brothers 100 Artisan Wonder Woman, which I call that an Artisan because even though they didn't, they were going with the anniversary. It was the first wool-rooted hair, with the nice little mason jar. So that's what it was, and the nice, fantastic DX type packaging. With that, and that goes for $1,000. And, is this going to go for $1,000 because it's Luke? And unfortunately, I say yes for me. I'm going to have to look at places like, Toys Buying Agent, things like that to maybe secure this. I'm SOL. I am SOL with this particular figure. But, yeah, let me know in the comments how many of you were able to secure this Luke Skywalker. Congratulations to you. My bad for not getting on earlier, but that doesn't mean that I would have had a good luck of the draw. On this thing. Now listen, I know what you could say, and I've heard it 8 million times, and it doesn't matter to me. Aries, you can get the sculpted version. I don't want the sculpted version. Sculpted version looks great. I have how many sculpted versions already of Luke? I want something different. And I want something that you're finally coming out with an Artisan Skywalker, and I'm a giant Star Wars fan. So this won't cut it for me. It's going to cut it for a lot of collectors. I'm telling you my psyche, and for me. I need this. So I'm going to buy it. Now, does that mean that probably I'm going to have to skip on 2 other figures that are not Artisan? And I say, yes, I am. I'm going to have to skip on it because it's probably going to cost me $700 to $1,000 to get this figure. So that means that another $350 figure with shipping, and then another $350 figure with taxes and shipping, or $375, gonna have to skip. This is where you have to weigh in, what's important and what's not. And unfortunately, fortunate for me, this is just I've already been waiting for Tarkin for how long? Since collecting Hot Toys, I'm not gonna wait for this that long. I could be dead by then, baby, which I won't be, but I'm just not waiting that long for it to come down or for the next Artisan Dark Empire Luke. I mean, there's going to be other Artisan Lukes, but you know how that goes. But I won't have the Dark Empire Artisan Luke, and I must have this. Which is really, really interesting with this stuff, because has Hot Toys placed in instant? Obviously, Hot Toys are collectible. They're very collectible. Usually you have to wait for the 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 collectability as far as them being worth more. You have to wait some time, and sometimes some years. But are they having instant collectability where these become instant grails? Come on, you're seeing it. And of course, I showed you the crosshair. When you pull off, right at the beginning with this intro, and let's just look at crosshair, which is not, it's not an artisan, okay? But what's interesting about some of these figures that once they're coveted and they're limited, and who knows what the numbers is on crosshair? I'll be honest with you. Who knows? And I don't think it's a whole lot. And when you put this up, and I checked again here this weekend, crosshair on eBay, there's just there's not a whole lot of them that come up. It ends at like, you can maybe get like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's like 8 of them up on eBay. I mean, you put some of these figures up, like a Rita Suit Fet when that came out, there was like 80 of them up. Everyone was trying to sell them. Not with crosshair. Not with crosshair. And you're seeing some of these, look, I mean, the one that's $899 has 29 watchers. Because that's a pretty good deal. Already one bid on 1,720. I saw one going earlier for, you're seeing, $1,300 here with 10% off in stock. USA, $1,250, $1,049. What is this Luke going to go for? What is this Luke going to go for? And I mean, and it's the same thing. Look, I could pull up some of these other figures here. Let's pull up, look at this. Here's an artisan. And this is an outstanding seller here. And a lot of us familiar with this seller. And usually when sellers like this gets up over $1,000. This gets up near $1,100. That's because they know what the market is. And I do. I see this Wonder Woman going all day around $800 and going up $1,000. It's just, it's what it is. And honestly, I don't even see, I was looking to see if Tim Cent had one up here on eBay, and I don't see it anymore. I did get mine off of Tim Cent, actually. It's really, really good. But not at this price. Now it's just like, this is crazy. 4 sold already. Last one. And even when you pull this up now that the dust has settled on this, and people have decided, do they want it or do they won't, or do they not? When you pull up all the Wonder Womans that are up, that are, this Warner Brothers 100/Artisan, there's not many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's that Toys for Adults one, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it. That is it. Wow. It's really, people don't want to sell this. And you can see these prices underneath there. 6 watchers at $1,299.99. Instant collectability. It's freaking rare. So you have to ask yourself what's going to happen with the Elizabeth Olsen Scarlet Witch Artisan one. Because, you are going to have those sculpted versions which look great. But for me, I can get so many other sculpted version Scarlet Witches. The fact that I can get one with this wool-rooted hair like the Luke. There's so many Luke ones. And for me personally, I'd rather have the Artisan one now. I want the different one. I want that premium one. And whether it looks better or not, it doesn't really matter. It's just the premium one. And, wow, there's just not a whole lot of that. And you could take stuff in that doesn't have a human head sculpt and see what's going on in the market and take a look at some of this stuff, like right here from May 5th. And I showed you this in the intro. Outstanding seller with 68 feedback. And all 100% positive. 8 bids, $540. What is this? A Hoth Snowtrooper? Are you kidding McMe? Wow. Not including the $6.91 in shipping. Wow, that's cheap as heck. Cheap as heck. At least it's at least it went low on that one. Not including taxes, $600 something for an Umbra operative. Arc Trooper. Absolute insanity. Absolutely insane. And it's so many of these figures that are just hitting the wait list before they come out. And you could look here. This is fantastic. And you can't get these at the comic shops unless it's your local one and they don't know what's going on, or they decide to just sell it at the original retail price. But once these sell out at Sideshow, you can see this here from an unbelievably, look at all that feedback, 16,272, and all 100% positive. Already 3 of these sold from the U.S. 6 people have this in their cart. 5 people, excuse me, have this in their cart. $414.95. So you could see a little bit over retail. Wow. And not including the $30, $29.95 in shipping. Okay? So that's $400 and gosh, $45 abouts, and not including taxes. Wow. Absolutely crazy. But it's very, very difficult to see some of these figures. Look at this. I mean, look at this right here. Pulling this up on the screen. And, okay. Ends in a day and 11 hours. And from another outstanding seller with 438 feedback and all 100% positive. Already up to $415 for a deluxe Darth Vader DX28. See the pictures there? Right from Sideshow. With the shipper box. With the Celebrate 10% off. And because it's on the wait list. And not including the $20 in shipping. So it's $435 and not including taxes. And who knows where this one is going to end at, to be quite honest with you. Let's pull this up on the screen. And you guys are watching the Aries Tarot show. Make sure you hit the like button. I do appreciate your support. Make sure that you also subscribe if this is the first time you're watching. I appreciate it, baby. And look at this outstanding seller with 43,103 feedback and all 100% positive. Okay? 11 sold. Also from the U.S. 11 sold. Last one. So that other auction I showed you there, that's certainly going to go around here or over this. I'm watching this go for a lot of times $500 to $600, and trying to keep an eye on it. But this is Darth Vader, and this has half a Hayden Christensen head sculpt. And it's a battle damage Vader with a lot of cool stuff. And you can see that 5 watched this in the last 24 hours, so this is no joke on what these are going for. And you're watching this just disappear, not only best-selling wise from the Sideshow website, you're seeing it go all the way at the bottom. It's gonna go out. It's gonna be gone, like Leia Hoth. It's gonna be gone. It's absolutely going to be gone. Are they injecting collectability, Hot Toys? Instant collectability. Instant. This is what you're seeing. And you can't look at a figure like this and say, oh, in a few years, no one's going to care about this Vader. This is Vader. This is Hayden Christensen. It's battle damaged. Any Star Wars fan, or many Star Wars fans, are going to care about this figure for the many years to come. Who knows? Where do you think this is going to be in 2 years when you're looking at this now? Tell me in the chat. Go ahead and let me know. You guys know I respond to you. I want to see, where is this going to be? Where's the Return of the Jedi Vader going to sell for? The 40th. When you're seeing this. And they're selling like they're rare, like they're not available. Like this Jyn Erso Imperial Disguise, which was an exclusive. And this is an outstanding seller with 527 feedback and all 100% positive, $455, 19 bids, and not including the high $55.60 in shipping, so well over $500 when you're not including taxes for a Jyn Erso Imperial Disguise. Why? Why? Answer me that. Why? Because you can't get it at your local comic shop. And any of these comic shops that are selling this, they're not selling it for retail. They're going to sell it for the secondary market price like these new figures. The DX28 right now is more of a grail than this right now because of how much it's selling for and how much it's just highly sought after right at this particular moment. Although none of them equaling up to Crosshair right now, and some of the prices you're seeing that go for. It's absolutely insane. And then you could take a look at, as I pull some of these other ones up on the screen, let's take a dive. Look at this right here. Here's an Iron Man, a battle damaged Iron Man. Mark 85, MMS 543-D33. A lot of bids. 23 bids. Outstanding seller with 462 feedback and all 100% positive. $200 diecast Iron Man Endgame. You kidding me? What's the shipping? Maybe it's $300. No, $19.95. $220. Why? It's Iron Man. It's Iron Man. It's Endgame. Because they made too damn many of them. And like I've been telling you, this is a mature market right now. It just is. It absolutely is. There's just cause and effect, supply and demand. Doesn't matter who the character is, what the character is. If you make too many of them, this is the effect. Here's your bargain bin. There's your bargain bin. But go find this Wonder Woman in the bargain bin. You're not going to. Good luck trying to to find this. Let's pull this up on the screen. this is this is interesting. 22 viewed in the last 24 hours. Okay? Outstanding seller with 431 feedback. $365. 3 sold already, 4 available. Well above the retail price for Padme. So glad my waitlist converted and I was able to get it from Sideshow. And then when you pull up, this seller here, and yeah, 12 sold, last one, $569.99, $570. Yeah, because it's moving. In the States right now for, around $400. And, it's very, very rare that you're going to find this. It's very, very rare. And it's gone. It's absolutely gone. But this outstanding seller here, sold it for just about retail at $299.99 and gone. I mean, I watched this go up, but I was like, ooh, wow. And one after the other, and just gone. And just gone. And I think it was great that this went up for $300 versus like $400, but when you're saying, the old story, we were talking about the bargain bin, somebody's going on waitlist, just look at your old comic shop or, just, look around, they're there. They're not there. They're not going for these prices. And when they go for just a little bit over retail or right at retail, they're gone. They're gone. And many of these comic shops right now with this economy, they're not just buying a whole bunch of these to put in. What you're actually seeing is many, and I don't blame them because that happens to the Black Series or any other collectibles. You're seeing a lot of people buy these up. And, once they go, the pre-orders are gone on, Sideshow, for instance, and it goes on the wait list, these prices start getting hiked up. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, like the Luke I was showing you before. Hey, it went out. Now we're going to sell it for, 3 times the cost or twice the cost or 35% more or 50% more. And that's what's going on. You're starting to see this figure here. I mean, creep up to where the Leia Hoth is with the same white outfit. And it's Padme. And it's a good figure. And I got mine over there. Thank goodness. I got it from Sideshow. My waitlist converted, 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, and I already got it. And I bought it. I think it was 2 weeks ago. I don't know. I can't even keep track of time because of all these drops that Hot Toys was doing before May 4th, and with the power of the dark side, it just kept coming and coming and coming and coming. And how about that? My goodness. How about that? But, yeah, very, very interesting here in the secondary market. With a lot of this stuff. With a lot of this stuff that you see, going on there. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Make sure you smash that like button. And make sure you also subscribe if this is the first time that you're watching this baby. And if you like so far what you've heard here, this is up on my channel. If you are a Cantina Insider, a channel member, you get to watch this video. This was uploaded on Cinco de Mayo on the evening of May 5th. And what an awesome show. 38 minutes of long has Howard waited. And are these big ticket items that are up on here, this, sequel trilogy figures, with all the kind of stuff that they're coming out with for the Power of the Darkside line or anything Star Wars, quite frankly, do these particular pieces, and I talked about it a couple of shows ago, like a Kylo Ren Artisan, like a Rey Artisan, Rey Darkside, like an Eternal Darth Sidious, Sith Emperor from the Rise of Skywalker. Are these candidates for 1,500 runs? For like a 000, what was that, 2,000 or 2,500 pieces? Are these candidates for those type of quantities? And I say yes. And I really dive into a lot of different, expanded analysis and heightened thoughts and some trends here to kind of show you what I think during 2024. Especially with, like I said, there's a lot of great movies. I just watched, with, I think it was Ryan Gosling, the Fall Guy, this past weekend. I absolutely loved it. Fantastic film. And I already told you I enjoyed the Ghostbusters already this year. I enjoyed the Godzilla vs. Kong. A lot of good stuff that's been coming out, but they're not Hot Toys IPs, pieces that they're going to come out with. So what are they going to come out with? So you're seeing one after the other a lot of different things. Obviously they're going to come out with the Deadpool Wolverine stuff, but other than that, not a whole lot. A little bit here, a little bit there. Are these type of pieces, candidates? So all you have to do is click on the little join button, see everything that it comes with. It does greatly help your support. Helps with the collecting and all the time that you can see that I put in here and all the different cool things that I do. So I do appreciate your support. I haven't raised the prices on that membership, since I've had it here for however long it's been. But yeah, you could check this out, and I do appreciate the support if you want to do it. So a little bit of plug, on that for sure. So let's go back into, let's look at this right here. This Luke, what do I think of it? I think this is an absolute, this opens the door to so much juiciness, to so much awesomeness. I mean, if you just think about it, ladies and gentlemen, we got an Artisan Luke with a Dark Empire version of Luke. Think about that. Just digest it. We got an Artisan Luke with a Dark Empire Artisan version. This isn't a New Hope. So imagine with the first Star Wars movie, you have Stormtrooper disguise, you've got Farm Boy, and you've got Ceremony Luke. And is it possible that all three of those could be candidates for Artisan? Yes. How about an Empire Strikes Back? When you go ahead and look at the Snowspeeder pilot Luke, that is a candidate. When you look at the Bespin Luke, that is a candidate. When you look at the Hoth planet Tauntaun Luke, that is also a Mick candidate. Okay? And when you talk about Return of the Jedi, well, you're seeing it right here. I think that's just not even, that's a no-brainer. And I love the Return of the Jedi figures that I have, but they don't have rolling eyes function and they're outdated. And if they're giving you a Dark Empire Artisan Luke, this is cool that they're giving you the figure in 2 sculpted version, but who would have imagined an Artisan Dark Empire? The possibilities are endless. And don't even forget about the deep fake Lukes, like with Grogu and stuff. Don't think they wouldn't do it, and when you limit it to 2,500, or they would eat that up so much, and I'm sure I would miss out on it too. Unfortunately, I've just struck out with all of that stuff, but I do got the Heath Ledger Artisan Joker, which is awesome, and I'm gonna have to just spend buku bucks unless I get hooked up from someone. Unless I get hooked up. And when you look at this, and you think about like Han Solo, Han Solo Hot Toys, and gosh, now that they did the Luke from Dark Empire, and we're wondering if they'll ever do a Han with this hair, oh gosh, it's this is another no-brainer. I think I may even prefer the Artisan on this too. And I really think here what's going on. I'll be honest with you. I really think what's going on with this particular figure, the reason it didn't come with an Artisan and it didn't come with a Chewbacca is because they're going to give you a Chewbacca, Artisan or non-Artisan. You're going to have a choice of that too. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to do it. I don't think they would give you the Chewbacca where every piece of the hair along the legs, the feet, the arms, the torso, the head is going to be completely Artisan. I think there's going to be parts of it that will be wool-rooted. And you'll have another version that's like the other versions, The Force Awakens and the A New Hope. That's my call. But I think the Artisan version of that Chewbacca may be available with a 2-pack Artisan Han Solo, which would be pricey, but people are paying $1,000, $1,100, $1,200, $1,300 for a 2-pack A New Hope Chewbacca and Han Solo anyway. So you do have to ask yourself, would they capitalize on it and, like in art, give you a 2-pack, and give you an Artisan and give you a Chewbacca and a Han and call it a day? You got $430, $900, $1,000, and I say all day long, yes. They haven't given you a Chewbacca yet. That hasn't come available with a Han Solo in a 2-pack version, and I think they're going to do it, and I think they're going to do it this year. I do think Chewbacca is coming. And I've already mentioned this about my new Insider video where I talk about this particular thing here. And the reason I'm bringing that back up again is I do want to talk about, like I teased in the beginning, Anakin Skywalker and what I think they're going to do. With this particular figure. And I'm going to be honest with you. I know a lot of people have been calling, including myself, and it's going to come, an Artisan version of this, what you're seeing on the screen, this Darkside Anakin, because they do have this Anakin Artisan available. But this was the only Artisan that didn't come with an accompanying sculpted hair version. Why? Let's think about that. Why? And here's what I think. I think they're going to capitalize on this all day long. Not only in 2024, but in 2025. So, maybe they won't give you an Artisan version of Darkside Anakin this year like a lot of us think. Maybe what they'll give you is this 2.0'd in a way, but not making it like this exclusive. Giving you this head sculpt again, but with this head sculpt, the, not Han, but this sculpted hair, call it Darkside Anakin or Darth Vader, what you got right here, and then give you another head sculpt sculpted with the red Sith eyes, and that would be the reason why you didn't get this head sculpt, because they're going to give you that version with the Darkside Anakin version. Pulling this up on the screen. It'll come with 2 head sculpts. They'll call it Darkside or Darth Vader. They won't give you this base. It'll be a different base. There'll be different stuff, so it'll be different than the exclusive, so it won't be the same, and there won't be any Artisan involved, so you'll be able to get your Darkside Anakin with 2 head sculpted, with 2 head sculpts, and without Sith eyes, one version, and you can get this. And they won't even give it to you Artisan, because next year, during the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, they'll go ahead and they'll throw out an Artisan Darkside Anakin at 3,000 or 4,000 pieces, and that's an easy money for them. And I think you'll get that too. And I think that it's possible that this is where they may go with this Anakin. And if you like that, again, you may like this if you're able to watch that. But that's what I think. That's what I think that they are going to do with this particular figure. For sure. Well, that's all I got for this week's episode. I promise next week's Aries Tarrington show will be a little bit longer. But that's what I got for this week coming out with all this May 4th stuff. And, recording this here on Revenge of the 5th. And I'm so elated. Am I surprised? Like I told you the other show, about all these figures. It's so many. I don't even know how to what to even say about it. It's so many. And they dropped it, they knew that May 4th was going to be dropping on a Saturday, and Cinco, Revenge of the 5th on a Sunday, and I didn't think that they were going to, and I told you in that last episode, you can go back and watch it, that I didn't think they were going to come out with anything because it was on the weekend and things were going to come before, and boy, oh boy, they managed the weekend really good with that it fell on a weekend, and you have to take a look at, I think next year May 4th falls on a Sunday, so I think they'll do something similar, but the May 5th will be on a Monday, Revenge of the 5th, so there could be something there. Do I think that they're going to continue with Star Wars? Yes, they have to this whole year. But do I think it's going to be this week and the following week? I think, there's going to be some Marvel and some DC and some other stuff that you're going to see over the next few weeks. Now, this Power of the Darkside line, does go through... not the line, but the Power of the Darkside event where they have that, goes through June. So I do think you're going to get, a lot of it up till then. And I actually think Power of the Darkside line, is the whole year of 2024. So when you look at stuff like this and stuff that's like, up, on this banner, the gates are open all throughout 2024 for some more epic announcements. Is what we've seen, these shocks so far, the new Artisan Jack Sparrow, the Han Solo from earlier this year, when they had the 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi and they put that out in February? Are those the last shocks? Is 000, Darth Revan, Dark Empire Luke, are those all the last shocks and we're only in May? And I say, no, I don't think we've even begun to see some shocks. And I think it's going to be outdone. I think there's going to be stuff even more shocking than that Return of the Jedi Han. Could be those Artisan. Could be an Artisan Han. More shocking than the Dark Empire Luke. More shocking than the Revan. More shocking than some of the Jack Sparrow. Maybe a Terminator. Maybe some 2.0 Terminator love. Maybe some Jack Nicholson Joker, mime version, other version love. Certainly a lot of Batman things that are coming. Stay tuned. Well, I'm out. Can I get the last drop? Maybe the last small constellation. Appreciate all of you for watching. And remember, I don't always run out of wizard juice, but when I do it right here at the 6 Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.